Hello Cancer, welcome to Monarch Intuition, and today I'm going to be doing your September 2022 mid-monthly check-in reading for you. So I have seemed to have lost my light. I don't know where it is, and so I guess we're just going to have to go back to the old-fashioned way of like very gritty videos. So what's going on for Cancer? What do we need to know? If you're new to my channel, what I like to do is I like to pull one major arcana to see the energy and then clarify with a different deck. All right. We have the Sun. All right, the Sun. The happiest card in the deck. Well, it's not necessarily the happiest card of the deck. It represents a blinding truth. So the Sun card can actually be very sad, depending on how you look at it. The Sun represents new life, all right? Child sitting on the white horse. Now, it does represent that everything does have a final conclusion because, you know, death is also riding on the white horse. That child will grow up to eventually pass away. However, in the moment that the child is born, in the moment that the child is riding on the white horse and the sunflowers are blooming in the background, it does represent pure happiness, pure joy, right? People are not thinking about the negative things. They're thinking about the happiness that goes along with it. Now, it does represent blinding illumination, something that can make you happy. Maybe you're lost in the dark about a situation, but you get the truth. And the truth can be very brutal and very bitter, but at least you have the truth so that way you can move on with your life, right? So I'm going to be pulling 3 cards from the Revelations Tarot. This deck does have reversals in it. What's going on for the sign of Cancer? What do we need to know? I was actually caught off guard by the Sun. I was like, I thought it was the Moon at first, and then I was like, the Sun. I was like, oh, okay. So my brain had to recalibrate. Oh, the Sun again. Huh. Very interesting, Cancer. So double sunlight, double happiness. You have the Nine of Wands in reversed, and you have the Queen of Cups. So with the Nine of Wands in reverse right here, this represents, you know, recovering from a situation. Deciding not to rush into something, taking a step back and saying, that does not look good for me. Because in the Nine of Wands upright, this person is bruised and battered because they ran into a situation, they were ordered to do something. But this person with this Queen of Cups is taking your emotions into consideration right here. It's kind of like, you know, a bad military officer versus a good one. A bad military officer doesn't care about their personnel. They don't really think of them as human beings. They just think of them as cannon fodder. But this person is coming from a more emotional perspective and does not see you as cannon fodder. They view you as a person with a life, someone who could get hurt, someone who has feelings, someone who has a family and emotions right here. So what I'm seeing right here is that someone is coming into your life and views you as a human being and not just cannon fodder, all right? So you're having double clarification of the sunlight energy, and you're going to be very happy that someone views you this way. And it might shock you that someone views you this way, especially with the Queen of Cups right here, because the Queen of Cups is your energy. So you have double clarification of Leo and 1 clarification of the Queen of Cups. I don't know if this is you or if this is another person right here. We're going to clarify this. So I'm going to use the traditional deck. This doesn't have to be a love reading. This could be of someone of authority right here, okay? As I mentioned, you know, that military officer perspective. It's like someone is taking into account that you could get burned. You could get hurt. Someone cares about your emotional and your physical self right here. They're not just thinking of you as like someone who they can just toss away. You're not expendable, which is very rare in this type of society that we live in. The Sun, the Queen of Wands, and the Strength. This person's very powerful. This person is blessed by the divine. This person is kind of like an earth angel. And when I say an earth angel, it's someone who is working on behalf of the divine, all right? Someone who has aligned themselves with a higher purpose, with the light, with God. Not of like, you know, Lucifer light, but like the true light right here. Now, they might have, you know, some kind of taboo characteristics about them because the Queen of Wands generally does. However, this person is very strong, very steadfast. They cannot be shaken within something. Their core beliefs are this. I have to take into consideration other people's emotions, other people's physical bodies, other people's, you know, livelihoods and lives. This person may have gotten their powers through darkness at one point with the Queen of Wands, because it does represent the black cat being kind of like a familiar. But I kind of feel like that person has turned away. It's kind of funny. It's kind of like someone turns away from darkness, but the divine allows them to keep aspects of their power. It's kind of like what the devil uses for evil, God uses for good. That's what this is. So do not sleep on this person. It's like this person at one point may have been a truly nasty individual. Someone who was always, into like the dark, the occultism. But because of this, they found the light and the true light. Double clarification of it being the sunlight, not, the Empress, which is representation of Venus. You found the true sun, the planet. Not the planet, the celestial body, you know what I mean. With the Nine of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, with the Two of Cups, yeah, this person is seeing the poverty that could connect you with this, with the Nine of Wands in reverse. This person doesn't view you, no matter how small, how poor you are, they view you as an individual. Because that's what's important to understand about the Five of Pentacles right here. This is a very weird concept. The Pentacles are a symbol of Pythagoras, right? The cult of Pythagoras worship the pentagram. They worship the triangle, but 5 triangles intersect at something called the golden ratio. The golden ratio is a holy symbol representing God. The 5 represents the divine itself. The Hierophant is number 5. So there are 5 pentacles on the 5 card, or the 5 of Pentacles, right? So the reaching up to the divine 5 different times. So representing 4 elements, reaching up to light, the 5th element. That's what this is right here. Queen of Cups, the Judgment, the Knight of Wands. They're making the judgment call to not have you rush into something. They're calling you to a higher purpose right here, because the Knight of Wands is in the Nine of Wands. Because when we look at the 8, 9, and 10, and then the Knight of Wands, those all follow suit of Sagittarius, okay? The Page of Wands, the 8 of Cups, and the Magician. I feel like this person has had a great breakthrough. I feel like this person has also worked very, very hard to become the Magician, or at least an aspect, the Queen of Wands, okay? This person had the ability to choose the swords, the cups, the pentacles, but they chose the wands. The wands represent a right-hand path. The Magician is also holding the wand with the right hand. Now, what's important to understand about the Page of Wands is that he's holding the wand with both hands. He doesn't know which path to use yet. He doesn't know if he wants to go down a left-hand path or the right-hand path. Now, you can attain enlightenment by either one, because that's kind of what I'm seeing has happened right here, is that this person chose a left-hand path, and by choosing the left-hand path, they saw the light. And they chose to walk away from it, and the divine blessed them with this energy, with this Magician energy. The divine, once again, it's like the divine allowed this person to keep aspects of themselves. As long as they're using their powers to help other people, it's like they can wield any of the tools that they need to, as long as they're helping other people. I feel like this person would be downright fucking nasty to the wrong person, if they had to be, because that's the thing about pacifists. What people forget about pacifists is a pacifist has to know how to fight and how to, kill someone. People all the time say that they're pacifists. No, they're just someone who avoids conflict. A true pacifist is someone who knows how to kill someone, but they choose not to because they don't need to do that. It doesn't bring them happiness. It doesn't bring them joy. This person could, but they don't, because it doesn't make them happy. It doesn't bring them joy. This could be you. Eight of Wands, Five of Wands, Nine of Swords. Yeah, this person could not live with that, with making you rush into something right here and getting yourself hurt. That this person does not want to see you get hurt. So it's kind of like, as I said, an angel coming down, someone who has seen the light right here, someone who could have been downright nasty and evil at one point, but now they use their powers in a good way. However, this person could still be very brutal to their opponents who oppose them. And they see that you're going to hurt yourself by rushing into something, and they don't want that to happen for you. They view you as a person, not just someone who's, wandering outside in this pentacle energy in this cold. No, because the Five of Pentacles reaching up to God 5 times. A holy symbol. The Hierophant being 5. Like, this person is truly, on Judgment Day, I feel like they'll be called up into heaven, even though they've kind of messed up. I feel like this person may have messed up in their life. Let's look at this person. Who is this? Three of Swords? Wow, I don't know how that happened. We have the Nine of Wands on the bottom of the deck, Three of Swords. I feel like this person has been through some emotional heartbreak. They've been hurt before. The Six of Wands, but they've overcome it. Yeah. The Nine of... You saw me shuffle the deck. I said the Nine of Wands was on the bottom of the deck. Nine of Wands is here. I feel like this person paid off all of their karma, and it was brutal. It was absolutely brutal for this person. But once they saw the light and they decided to change themselves, they were allowed to keep their powers and their aspects as long as they used them the right way. That's the victory with the Six of Wands. Because that's the problem, is a lot of people can't give up their powers that they've gained through, bad ways, bad means. Some people just will never give up their powers. That's why they stay within darkness. But I feel like this person did. They said, you know what, I'll give it all up. I'm done. And then the Lord or God or whatever was like, no, you keep them. You can't hurt people anymore. You have to see people. You have to kind of root for the underdog here. You have to kind of like help people. And if someone opposes them, if someone wants to hurt these people and take advantage of them, you have every right, you have every ability to destroy them. I kind of feel like that's the thing, is with that judgment energy, this person can cause judgment. This person can be like, oh, you want to hurt people? Nope, you're gone. The Chariot with the High Priestess. This person has ascended. They see things. You know how I said with the High Priestess, the person may have taken the left-hand path. What you have to understand is that right or left, you're going to understand both sides at the end of the day. All right, some people just don't have peachy keen lives. Some people have been through the absolute fucking ringer within life. And they need help. And they were willing to use whatever tool, medium, power, whatever was going to help them. And then they saw the light. Because, people can. On the opposite end, if you chose the right-hand path, you're going to have to see the really dark and brutal things that happen to people. It's kind of like, think about, we live in America. And there are bad things that happen in America, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that. But when people travel to go to, those missionary things where they help people with like cleft palates and whatnot, they see some of the worst things of like humanity. They see war-torn, brutal, brutalized, whatever people. And that's the right-hand path. You have to look at the evil. Some people are born into that. And their goal is to find order. And once they work through their problems, they find the order. That's what this is. And the Chariot can help you ascend either which way. That's what's important to understand about the Chariot, is that there is a white Sphinx and then there is a black Sphinx. But they're both mixed. Kind of like the black Sphinx has the white stripes and the white Sphinx has the black stripes. If we look at the High Priestess, there's the pillar with the black B and the white pillar with the black J. Someone's having a very, very... Or they've already had this grand epiphany. I feel like this person's has been this way for a very long time. Yeah, with the Four of Wands, they've been this way. The Moon card, they've overcome the moon. They celebrated, they were at one point, they chose the left-hand path. All right, I'll be honest with you. But I feel like this person was able to switch over. Usually you can't. Maybe that's what's happened right here. And I don't feel like this is, I know I did a reading for you a while back. It was like maybe 3 readings ago. I talked about someone who was not going to change. This is not this person. This person's been this way for a while. The Devil, the World. Yeah, that old situation that I'm talking about, that's a different one. Wrap that cycle up, all right? This is someone who's brand new. All right. So I really am happy about this for you, Cancer. This was a very good message for you. So let's look at the, what are these? Witches Familiars. So you've wrapped up that cycle with the person in the past. This is someone who's brand new, someone who's been through the ringer, someone who's paid off their karmic debt, someone who's paid off certain situations and whatnot. You have Dragon, Emergence, Raven, Determination. They were determined to reemerge as a different person. This could be you. Now, this could also be you, Cancer. Maybe this is you. Maybe I'm speaking directly towards you. You're going to have the ability, if this is you, Cancer, and you've done this, you've done all this work, you've chosen the left-hand path, like, I'm not someone to talk about it. I know not everyone's peace, love, and light. I know some people have made pacts with the devil on my channel. I know some people have talked to demons, have consulted with, entities that they don't even know. I understand human nature, okay? I fucking get it, all right? Now, I'm not saying that I'm highly enlightened or anything, but let's be fucking real with one another. So I could be talking to you. You might choose to let something go, and someone says, hey, the God says, hey, I would rather you keep these abilities, but use them to help people. And it's someone, because here's the thing, most people aren't actually evil. They get frustrated with seeing evil in the world, and they bind themselves to negative entities to counteract evil, and by doing so, they found themselves, like, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. You can find the light, and maybe sometimes the light lets you keep your powers and say, all right, I'm going to actually teach you how to use it properly this time. Help you take care of people, help you, actually help the underdog, someone who has to learn how to be a pacifist, someone who actually knows how to do these things. This little ring thing that I have, what is it? It's called a ring guard. Whatever. It's too big for this ring and it keeps falling off and it's really annoying me because I don't want to lose it, just like I lost my ring light. I don't know how I lost that. It's huge. So, well, it's like mini. It's like that big. So, let's look at your Awakened Oracle cards. What do we have right here? We have Bliss. We're going to be happy. Dance. Dance and be happy about this. Dance and be happy with joy, Cancer. And here's the thing. If you're someone thinking about it, you're going to have blinding illumination to let you know that you can be okay. All right? The cycle of the devil is wrapped up. If you are someone who is looking to have their contract, ended, try to revoke the situation, whatever, it's possible. But you're going to have to give it up. You're going to have, a spiritual epiphany. You're going to have Dark Night of the Soul. You're going to have to go through a lot. But I see it working out for you. Some people are scared. We have fertility, clarity. Could be in a very fertile period within your life, but you're going to have clarity. You're going to have the clarity of the sun. The sun is going to come up and show you something. That honestly happened for me. And, I remember I was really trying to make my life better. And I didn't know what to do, so I went to a hill. And it was around, 5. I think it had just turned 5 in the morning. And this is before I was, really a different person. I just sat there and I was miserable out of my mind. I was so miserable. And then all of a sudden, the sunlight came up behind me. And I just felt like, I don't know, I felt peaceful. And then I turned around and I looked at the sun, well, not directly at it, but I felt so happy. And, you know, I had a little tear come down my face. And I don't know why. I was just like, that moment. I feel like that's the moment for you, Cancer. And, you know, every time that happens, because I work on, or not work, I live on a farm. So we have a lot of animals, and sometimes I have to go out there early in the morning, and sometimes I'll watch the sunrise, and you know, it catches me off guard. I'll be like filling up a water dish or something, and then the sun comes up, and I turn around, and it reminds me of that moment where darkness was gone. So I kind of feel like that's what you're going to have with that clarity moment for you. Now that doesn't mean, you know, I'm a perfect whatever person. No, it just means that you know, and you're not going to be. Rado, speed your journey, ease a transition, aid communication, bring good news, find your spiritual way. Find your spiritual way. Yeah, a lot of people get mixed up with that. They don't know what to do. Answers, wisdom, learning, communication, tradition, contemplation, wise counsel, spiritual meaning, divine aid, creative spark, and initiation. Initiated into something much better. Okay? So, anyway, Cancer, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll talk to you later.